5 tips for Twitter promotion using Twitter to promote your business. Twitter promotion is a main reason businesses use social media to grow their businesses. Twitter lets you instantly get the word out about your product, service, project, or idea. But to use Twitter as a promotional tool, you have to be the sort of tweeter that people will choose to follow, because only your followers see your tweets, posts, until they retweet that same post to their followers. What you have to do to get followed? Just follow these Twitter promotion rules. How to get started using Twitter. First, create the Twitter address. Go to the home page of Twitter and register a username and password. Follow up with the profile and settings and changing the background for your own creativity. Then, get into a conversation. 1. Don't sell, tell. Think of Twitter as a virtual water cooler. Imagine you were really standing by one chatting with your coworker, and a stranger walked up and launched into a high-pressure sales pitch. What would you do? The idea of the water cooler is key here too, as most of those conversations are brief and to the point, or basically benign contributions that do not necessarily spark too much discussion or debate. Here is where one should avoid launching into a sales discussion or pitch of any kind or any product. Very few situations would dictate that one would ever begin too much discussion, as the first few posts or follows will be to grow a following. Furthermore, the ideas and conversations expressed on Twitter are only allowed to have 140 characters in its format, so it is important to structure your responses and posts to be legible in that same way. Those more familiar will utilize some codes to help minimize the used space on their tweet, i.e., RT is short for retweet when you copy another person's tweets and further it into the timeline. A timeline is just that the last person that tweets is the first on the top of the page of individual tweets. Your goal on Twitter is to converse with people. Begin to establish yourself as a caring expert. A welcome guest, not an unwelcome pest. Those followers begin to become interested in what you have to say about similar products, services, or topics without you waving them in their faces all the time. Especially if you follow the rest of the rules for Twitter promotion here. Point 2. Listen more than you tweet. Beginners especially should pay close attention to this rule. Being on Twitter at first is like being at a party full of strangers. The first thing to do is to find out who they are and what they're talking about. That's the only way you can figure out how you might fit into what's going on and make your own contribution. So the first step in learning how to use Twitter is to choose people to follow and read their tweets. Use Twitter search bar, the bar at the top of page, to see what people are saying, tweeting, about particular topics that interest you. Point 3. Be helpful. Of course you should tweet, too. It's just that for successful Twitter promotion, you have to make sure that your tweets aren't perceived as ads. Your posts need to offer people something, whether it's information or entertainment. And don't forget that you can reply to other people's tweets, too, answering their questions or commenting on their ideas. Helpful people are people who other people want to converse with. People that you actually converse with are going to be the most receptive to your message. Point 4. Give your followers what they want. I'm guessing that you don't care that I'm sipping a decaf coffee as I write this or have a doctor's appointment later today. That's okay, I understand. You're reading this article because you want information on how to use Twitter effectively, not because you have a burning desire to know what I do every minute of the day. Twitter is the same. Point 5. Don't just feed them feeds. Tweet. If you have a website with an RSS feed, it is easy to attach a Twitter account, so it will automatically read and send out your feed, which is great. But don't just leave it at that. Twitter is a virtual water cooler, remember, not a bulletin board. You need to be there, to be participating in the conversation. So, yes, use Twitter feeds to get your RSS feed picked up and sent out automatically as part of your Twitter promotion strategy, but make sure you're also reading other tweets, responding to them, and sending out other tweets of your own.to. Summarize, the sweetest tweet, like any other social media application, the more you put into Twitter, the more rewarding you'll find using it. And if you follow the rules, Twitter can be an excellent promotion tool for your small business.